Hi everyone, it's Jeanette from Jewelry by Jeanette, and today I'm going to show you how I finish off a stretch cord bracelet. I'm going to show you how to make a secure knot, and I'm going to show you how to hide that knot so it looks professional. This project is so simple, and you only need one tool, a pair of scissors. You'll also need some type of jewelry glue, and I use GS Hypo Cement because it dries clear and flexible and it does not turn brittle, which is important, especially with a stretch bracelet. To make this bracelet today, I'm using my blue crystal bead mix that is available on my Etsy shop, or in my Etsy shop. And there's also a green version available. And in that kit, you will get enough stretch cord to make at least one medium-sized stretch cord bracelet. Well, let's say I'll put in 15 inches, which is going to be plenty for at least one. You may even get two out of it if you have a smaller size wrist. Sorry, I just knocked into my camera. But anyway, you will get the stretch cord and you will get either the blue or the green mix, your choice. So you'll get this is about a tablespoon's worth of beads, and it's a mix. So some of the beads might be a little larger than others. They're going to be different shades. But as you can see, I've kind of mixed some of them together here. And I've done something at the end here. I've included this bead here, and I'm going to get back to that in a moment. So I've already threaded on or strung all of my beads, and I've measured it. And this is a 7-inch stretch cord bracelet. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that your ends are approximately even. They don't have to be perfectly even. And I'm going to show you how to tie a square knot, which is a really secure knot for this type of bracelet. So I'm holding my two cords and I'm crossing right over left and tying a regular knot, like when you tie your shoes. And you'll notice that I'm pulling it tightly enough so that there are no gaps, but not so tightly that the whole thing buckles, because we want to keep this a little bit flexible. And I should have mentioned that before I strung on my beads, I did pre-stretch this cord just a little bit so that it won't stretch too much while wearing it. So I tied right over left, and now I'm going to tie left, cross left over right, and I'm going to pull it. And you want to make sure when you pull it, I'm going to get in close for you here. You want to make sure that when you pull it, you're not capturing another bead. So you really only want one knot over the other. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I am pulling this knot tight where the knot is. You notice I'm holding that close. And I'm going to pull it again so that it's nice and snug. Then I'm going to tie what's called a surgeon's knot over this. And it's like a regular right over left knot, but you cross over, loop through once, and then we're going to loop through a second time. So I'm going to hold this up for you so you can see. I hope you can see that. Sorry. It is almost like a pretzel, part of a pretzel, if you see that there, right? And then I'm going to pull it again, very snug. I'm tightening that actual knot, right? And then for good measure, I tie one more single knot overhand. And that's nice and tight. Right. Snug that up. And this is what we have right now. And you'll notice that it's not buckling, it's not bunching, and there are no gaps. The reason that I used this bead here is that this bead has a larger hole than the others. And that's important if you want to hide your knot. Now I'm going to try to hide that knot. Can you see that this hole is a little bit bigger than the others? I'm going to try to pull that knot through that hole. Now, sometimes this works, and sometimes the hole just isn't big enough. I've found that this knot is virtually invisible, really, if you don't hide it. But it's personal preference. I will tell you that if I'm making a bracelet to sell, I do try my best to hide that knot. But, you know, I have made an occasional bracelet where the knot isn't hidden, and you really, really can't see it if you do it right. But anyway, we're going to do our best here. Now, I can't guarantee that you're going to get a larger hole bead in your mix. You may not, but you might have some larger hole beads in your stash. So what I'm going to do here is take my GS Hypo Cement, and first I'm going to put a dab of that glue right on this knot, and I'm going to make sure that I put some, there we go, come on, there we are. I'm going to make sure that I get some on the top and that I get some on the bottom of the knot. All right, now I'm going to close this up, and I do have a video on how to close this without struggling. You just kind of guide it with your finger, and it goes right back on. Now I'm not going to wait for that to dry. I'm going to cut off my tail ends here pretty closely. Not so close that I'm up against the knot, but they're pretty close, you can see there. And now I'm going to try to pull this knot through this bead. Now I'm sorry if I go off the camera a little bit. Are we going to do it? We might not. And let's try the other one. Maybe we'll get lucky here. And let's see. No, it's not going to get hidden. So what I'm going to do, because it's not going to get hidden, is I got a little trick for you. I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller, not too small, and I'm actually going to put a little charm over that. So I'm going to go and grab a charm and a jump ring, and I'm going to show you how to hide this if it will not slide through the bead. All right, so here's my other trick for hiding a knot when pulling it through the bead just doesn't work. So I'm going to take a charm, and hang on one second, I'll show it to you. Okay, so it's a star charm and a jump ring, and I chose a jump ring that's going to be large enough to fit over that knot. I think this is about a 5 millimeter. And I put the charm on. Now remember, the charm is not included in the kit, but there's lots of charms that you can get out there that'll work. I'm going to open this up a little bit. If you're adding the charm, of course, you're going to need 2 pairs of pliers to open the jump ring the correct way. Remember, twist it, don't pull it. And we're going to just slip this over. And this is perfect because let me show you what happens. When I close up this jump ring and move it a little bit so that it's nice and snug and there's no gap in the opening. So when I put this jump ring on, you're going to see that it's not really going to travel. This charm is going to stay put and it's going to look cute. And I actually like that darker blue bead. I kind of like to make my jewelry a little bit different instead of, you know, your standard bracelet. This one has a little unexpected dark blue bead and the little star charm. And there you go. That's ready to go. Now, what I do with my stretch cord bracelets is I give them some time for the glue to cure. And I usually just leave them for, I'd say, a day before I try to put it on or even display it. You want to make sure that before anyone is going to be manipulating this, that this glue has cured. And this should last a good long time if you make your knot nice and secure. So thanks for watching today, and I hope you go over to my Etsy shop and check out these kits. They're really a lot of fun, and you can make a lot of things, not just this bracelet. You can make earrings. You might even have enough here to make a shorter necklace. You can add your own stash to it. And they're going to be affordable. So if you want to get both colors, you'll probably be able to do that as well. But thank you for joining me. Please remember to like and subscribe and comment. And I will see you next time. Bye now. I'm including the Henry cam. There he is. Hi, Henry. You're napping. Okay, bye-bye.